let's talk about closeted conservatives. And one of the reasons this comes up is because I had a chat with a friend, a lovely young lady, the other day, and she happened to express that she happened to be of a more conservative nature. So I asked her, I'm like, do you feel comfortable expressing your opinions? Because apparently there's information going around, and there's a study that apparently the only folks that feel comfortable expressing their opinions are quote unquote far left. And anybody that kind of goes on different points of social media, that does seem to be generally the majority of folks that seem to be expressing opinions. Of course, there are plenty of folks on either side. They're expressing things, but that seemed to be, I think it was like upwards of 36% or so, something like that. And this got me to thinking. I'm like, all right, now, being in the closet, that's not necessarily a comfortable place to be. All I remember is growing up, I'm like, all right, hey, we had the Gay Straight Alliance and everything over there at high school, but at the same time, I'm like, back when I was growing up, what did we call things that we didn't like? We called them gay. And that got me to thinking, it's like, oh, well, if somebody actually happened to be gay, you're probably gonna not be that comfortable coming out of the closet because, well, every time someone's expressing a negative opinion, they're basically stating something that's part of you. So that's why it's taken many years, but we seem to have kind of gotten away from that. And that's a good thing. But now in the current meta, we're looking around and it's like, okay, well, apparently being a conservative, people are going to just start calling you a fascist, this, that, and the other thing. And they're going to attach all these different connotations to people that they've never met. Now, if somebody is expressing bigoted opinions, oh, hey, if the shoe fits, by all means. However, if somebody just simply expresses an opinion that is more traditionally conservative, perhaps it's part of their religion, perhaps it was part of their household growing up, if you're just going to hate on them, a lot of these folks are going to disengage. All of these folks won't necessarily even volunteer that information. And guess what? Even if you ask them, they might lie. Which might explain some of the polls from back in 2016. And it does appear that we're seeing a similar phenomenon going around now, where a lot of these pollsters, they seem to be having difficulty, trouble, if you would, actually accounting for folks that may actually support the president. And I seem to know a lot of these folks. They don't necessarily feel comfortable because it's like, well, why would you say something that's going to necessarily start a fight? And why would you go around starting fights? Most folks don't want conflict. And this is the issue that I see, and this is one of my concerns. My concern is that some leftists are literally starting to create the fascists that they fear. You look at the American Fascist Party, they're up like 4,800% year over year. It's like, a lot of folks probably don't even know that that's a thing, but it's a thing. Any individual, group, or community, if you're going to oppress them, people ain't going to stand for that. And we very well may see President Trump get reelected, even if the polls are saying that VP Biden is ahead and he's likely to win. Well, that's why the whole point of this video is maybe we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Maybe we shouldn't judge it by its necessary title. Because we have all these labels that don't seem to mean anything anymore, yet mean more than anything else. And this is why, just no matter who you are, we're all individuals. Yeah, we have certain components that build our identity. I'm a half-Jewish dragon kid on this internet of stuff and things, as you can see there. Oh, yes, I turned into the dragon a little bit there. But the thing is, if you're going to hate on somebody that you never even met, does that really make sense? Is that going to bode well? Or is that just going to get people just more staunchly in their ways? And I'm seeing plenty of folks that are voting for the president. Will he get reelected? I have no freaking idea. But all I know is hating on somebody you don't know, that don't really make a lot of sense to me. And if we're driving a lot of conservatives into the closet because Anytime you see a conservative rally, this, that, or the other thing, you just start labeling it far right. What the heck is far right? Well, it's kind of like insinuating that they're getting ready to back up the Fuhrer or something like that. And with all due respect, if you're comparing our current president to the Fuhrer of Nazi Germany that murdered 6 million Jewish folks, that sounds pretty anti-Semitic to me. That's coming from your friendly neighborhood dragonkin. But that's all I got for now. Peace out, everybody. Be safe. And long live the elbow bump.